Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in the blueprint catalog and I'm going to be showing how I build a resin farm. Now what this will do is you'll spawn some creaking, get them trapped down here in this little hole here, and then you're going to want to cover this up, make sure no sunlight can get through so they don't despawn. Also put some name tags on them. And then during the nighttime you can smack them. They will generate resin on this area here. Gets caught by the observer, activates the piston, it falls down into a hopper system, which you can then come down and retrieve it down here. Alright, so for this build you're going to need a footprint that is 17 by 11 by 10 blocks tall. Now the 10 block height will only apply in certain areas, but good to go ahead and earmark it. You can see here a list of materials, creaking heart, obviously very important, and the pale oak log. You will need at least 8 of those. Building blocks, you're going to need 3 stacks plus 18, or a total of 210. I'm going to be using pale oak logs, but I will still need that additional 8 to go ahead and build this out. So, now that we have our materials, you can see I've already dug into the floor here a little bit. Go ahead and dig down 2 blocks and make an area that is 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should look something like that. And then off the back end of this, what you're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. And that will give you a layout for your hopper system and the place to catch your creaking. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place our barrel right here. On the back end of the barrel, we're going to use our 5 hoppers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Okay, now with our hoppers placed, we're going to go ahead and build the platform. So with the center hole knocked out, we are essentially going to build a 9 by 9 platform. So place our blocks like so. We can use the hopper here to know where our edge point should be and then follow that to a corner, like so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then fill in the entire area. And it should look something like this. It doesn't need to have the pattern, that's just for my own measuring. Then we're going to come out to the outside edge. We're going to put down a temporary block. You can use one of your building blocks for this. We're going to place a block on top of that, knock out our temporary block, and then build a frame around the outside of this. And it should look something like that. Then next what we're going to do is we're going to start working on the redstone component. So we're going to add a temporary block here on the 4 corners of this hole in the middle. And then on top of those, we're going to place pale oak log, our creaking hearts on top of that, and another pale oak log on top of that. And that will activate our creaking hearts and we can break our temporary blocks down below. Should look like that. Then above this we're going to go ahead and add another temporary block to each of these off of one side. Now I normally do left on the left and right on the right, and using this box as my front, we go over here and we're going to put a solid block like so, and like so, and then like so, and like so. Then off of the front and back of our 4 posts, we're going to go ahead and use the temporary block to place our observers facing down. and put them on the outside edge. Something like that. Then we can break our current temporary blocks and pick them up. Grab another set of temporary blocks and go up 1, 2, and over 1. And you can actually use that to build a frame like so, and then we'll be deleting all this as soon as we get our pistons placed. So then next we grab out our sticky piston, and we want to place them facing downward, like so. And then go ahead and remove all our temporary blocks, like so. Then, on top of our observers, we're going to place a solid block, like so. And off of each side of it, we're going to go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, making a T shape. And we'll do this for all 4 of our resin farm posts. And it should look something like this. Then next, we can go ahead and place down our redstone torches on the outside block of each of our T-shapes here. Coming off of the redstone torch, we're going to place down a comparator and turn it on. And we're going to do this for each one. And it should look like that. Then we can place our repeaters going into our comparators. So, and like so. Oh, turn that one off instead. Okay. So then we have it looking something like this. Then we can grab our redstone dust and 1, 2, 3, like so. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. And it should look something like this. Now that the redstone portion of the build is complete, we're going to go ahead and grab our water buckets or our infinite water source and fill it 4 times. And in each corner, we're going to go ahead and add a bucket of water. And as you can see, all the water comes to the edge and stops, and this will push the resin down into the hopper system, which will deliver it down to your barrel down below. Then next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build our room for our creaking to sit, as well as us to collect our resin and smack the creaking to collect it. So coming off of the first block in from the edge, we're going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Build all the way across, like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then we can add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks here. Continue this across, like so. Leave a gap 2 blocks wide by 2 blocks wide on each side. Fill in the middle, like this. And it should look something like that. Then we're going to use our trapdoors. We're going to place the first set of these here, like so, down inside the hole. And then go ahead and open those. On the other side, we can place down a temporary block, add one of our trapdoors. We can do this again for all 4 of them. Temporary blocks like so, and trapdoors like so. This will be your way in. Obviously, you're going to want some form of ladder, but you can drop down here, and then around the outside edge, we're going to go ahead and fill it in like so. And then right here, we want to add 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And this will keep the creaking from getting to you while you're still able to hit them. Now, this is essentially the entirety of the build built. All we have to do now is trap our creaking down in the hole here, and this is actually pretty easy to do. Okay, so now all we have to do is wait until nighttime and let our creaking spawn. You will get one for each of the cores. So go ahead and grab their attention. Now you can see I also have the ones over there that I'm going to have to contend with, and be very, very careful not to grab their attention as well, because they are linked to the hearts over on that side. However, once I have all 4 of their attention, I'm going to run up here, jump over the hole, and you can see they just fall right down the hole. Once you look away, occasionally they might not make it all the way through. You can keep a shield handy, and normally that'll keep you from getting too much damage. Once we have all 4 of our creaking in the hole, we're going to go ahead and board it up. And you can do that one of 2 ways. You can either break these out or just build on top of them, and this is just to make sure that no sunlight can make it down in that hole. So the next thing we do is we go ahead and grab our name tag and we make sure to name them. I went ahead and went with the name Tim because, I don't know, they just look like a Tim to me. But once they're all in there, all you have to do is sit here and smack them with your sword, and each one is linked to a different heart. So you can sit here and smack all 4 of them, and you see the resin will start piling up in the barrel down below. Now it does take a little while for the initial to go, because it has to fill up down here as well, otherwise the observer won't get the cue to go. But it doesn't take that long, and once the bottoms are completely full, at most you'll have to wait 4 swings to get one, but you'll get all 4 of those when these go off. And that's pretty much all there is to it for this build. Not super complicated, a little bit of redstone working, and obviously trapping the creaking can be a little bit of a hassle. Don't worry if you don't catch them all at the same time, you can always try again another night. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one. Good and stuck.